All right, we're on standard G5, which is lines, angles, and triangles, and we're on page 23. Number 1, what's the value of C? Well, C is this exterior angle, which we can find. There is a shortcut to find this, but I'm going to show you the way that we figure it out. If you know the shortcut, you can use it. Well, we know how to find a third angle in a triangle here. We can call that X if we want. We can find that because we know all the angles in a triangle add to 180 degrees. So all those angles, 60 plus 80 plus the one we don't know, not including C, only the interior angles. The interior angles add to 180. So if we solve this, we combine our like terms. This is 140 plus X equals 180. And then we solve for X. All right, so we get X is 40. Now that we know what X is, we can find C. So in here is 40 degrees, and we know that this whole thing adds up to 180. So if we know part of it's 40, 40 plus the one we want to find out equals 180. We can find C by subtracting 40 from both sides. Sorry, 140. So C is 140 degrees. Number 2, what's the value of C in this picture? Okay, we got a lot going on here. We have our two parallel lines cut by two different transversals. Right now, I'm going to look at those two parallel lines cut by this transversal. Let me highlight it in a different color here. This transversal. Okay. So if you have that, and you can draw another picture if you want. If you just want to draw the things that we have there, the two parallel lines cut by that one transversal. We have 40 degrees in here, and C is here. Maybe that's a little more obvious as to what C would be. All right, they are the same because they are corresponding. All right, so the value of C is 40 degrees, and the reason, even though they didn't ask, is that they are corresponding or congruent. Number 3, we want to find C in this picture. All right, we don't have our parallel lines, but we do have another shape here. We have a triangle. And you know that all the angles in a triangle add to 180. Well, what about the angles in that triangle? Look at this. This is an X. We know the angles across from each other in an X are the same. So this would also be C. In this X, the angles across from each other would be the same. So this would be 70. And same thing here. Across from this would be 55. So we know two of the angles in a triangle. We can find the third by adding them up and setting them equal to 180. Okay, this is going to be 125 when I add those together. And when I subtract 125 from both sides, I get that C is 55 degrees. And the last one here, what's the value of this C? Well, maybe you see that those two angles and C form something. if I start at the line and end at the last line, those all add up to 180 right there. It forms that straight line. Those three angles together form a straight line. So that we know 40 plus 85 plus C is 180. So we can find C again doing that. So this is 40 plus 85 is 125 plus C equals 180. Maybe you'll notice this is similar to the other one we just did. We're going to subtract 125 from both sides. C again is 55 degrees.